Hi friends, it's Anne here, and today's video is my second update for my project pan for 2022. So I'm doing this in the Team Project Pan style where you use a full range of products. I know Kat and Haley do like a full range of makeup and like hair care, body care, although I think Kat this year is just doing makeup. That's what I'm doing, just makeup, just kind of focusing on a full face of makeup or items for a full face of makeup essentially. I think I have around 12 or 13 items in my project. So let's get started on the update. The first product is not the Eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is a Bath & Body Works Cocoa Shea Cucumber Refreshing Mist. I just put it in this container because the spray on this, the mist is really good. I feel like I'm working through this faster than the primer water that I was using last year. I'm not really sure because I can't see through it, but if I kind of do the shake test, I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle, like I'm somewhere here. I don't know. Anyway, I don't mind using this. It's an unnecessary step, I feel like, but we're using it up to use it up. So last month, this was 122.82 grams. It now weighs 102.27 grams. So that's a difference of 20.55 grams. And it's about on par with what I used last month. The next item in my project is my primer, and this is the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. I kept saying, like, the first two items I can't see through. That's a lie. This one I can actually see through. I did shine a flashlight through it, and it's somewhere, like, right about there. Like, it's pretty far down. I mean, it's kind of up on the sides a little bit here and there, but that seems to be where, like, it sort of stops in terms of where I can see product. So most of this is done. I would guess that this will be done in May. I don't really know, but I prefer this as like a wintertime primer for me anyway. So if I can get this done by early spring, I will be happy with that. I've already bought this once before, so I will definitely repurchase this. I do like this primer. Last month, this was 39.29 grams. It's now 29.69 grams. So that's a difference of 9.6 grams. I'm definitely using a lot more in terms of weight compared to other primers that I've used in the past. So yeah, and again, it's about on par with what I used last month. The foundation that I'm using, so the lid looks disgusting on this. I really need to like wash this off. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir Foundation, formerly called, or also called, Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the US. So I have it in the shade 605. I keep saying this every video that I really like this foundation. I will be sad when I'm done this foundation. I thought I kind of slowed down on this, but I'm looking at my numbers and I really didn't, because I have been playing with a few other foundations here and there, sometimes combining with this, sometimes on its own, but for the most part I have been using this primarily throughout this month. So last month this was 131.28 grams. It's now 124.97 grams. That's a difference of 6.31 grams. So again, using a little bit more of this product than I have other foundations. Usually I'm around 4 to 5 grams, but I'm hitting the 6 grams on this one. My concealer is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and this is just in the shade Light. I have slowed down on this a little bit. If you can see my little lines on the side, I used quite a bit the first time, and I was like, oh gosh, I am going through this quite quickly. I don't need to fly through this that quickly. So I've kind of slowed down on it. I did buy the NYX Serum Concealer, so I was playing with that. I was playing with my e.l.f. Hydrating concealer as well, just because it's winter time. So yeah, I've kind of slowed down on this. I do want to kind of slow down on this because I do want to do a concealer test, but I'm kind of waiting till I have better or more daylight. It's hard to do like full day tests when it's dark when you get up and it's dark when you're done your work day. We're getting there though. It's getting real close now. So probably by next month I can start doing that concealer testing. Last month, this was 23.88 grams. It's now 23.51 grams, so that's a difference of 0.37 grams. Next up is my powder, and this is the Clinique Almost Powder Makeup in Neutral Fair. So this is not normal packaging. I think this goes in a display case, and I think it's very small. I don't think it's the full size. At least I hope it's not the full size, because I feel like I've flown through this. I have taken photos, but I haven't actually edited my photos, so I don't know visually how different this looks compared to last month, but I do feel like I'm flying through this. I really like this powder. I would definitely repurchase this. If you are a person that wants to use powder but doesn't want your face to look powdery, this is the kind of powder that you would like. I feel like this and the CoverGirl powders are very similar. So last month, This was 47.78 grams. It's now 47.01 grams. That's a difference of 0.77 grams. So definitely slowed down on using this a little bit. I was playing with my Wet n Wild loose powder as well. So yeah, and I've just kind of like, sometimes I feel like I go a little too heavy with powder, and I'm trying to ease up a little bit with that. My bronzer is my Franken bronzer. It's mostly NYX powders with the powder that was in here, a CoverGirl powder. And I think it's going to show, I don't think the rings were showing last time. I'll see in the photo with the comparison, but I'm definitely moving through this, especially now that I've sort of been using the little spoolie to sort of break it up a little bit to actually get some product and put on my face. I doubt I will finish this in the month of March, but I can see this being done in April. I think 2 months I can probably work through this. Maybe early May, but I'd like to get this done. Yeah, like I'd like to get this done early May because it is a fairly light bronzer compared to other bronzers, and if I get some color in my skin, this really won't show up, which is not a big deal because I can just like mix it with other bronzers. But yeah, I kind of want to finish this up and move on to like a real bronzer. Not that this is not a real bronzer, but you know what I mean? I've got a lot of like full-size bronzers that don't have a lot of use, and I'd like to start using those. So last month this was 59.52 grams. It's now 58.75 grams. That's a difference of 0.79 grams. The blush I'm working on is this really old blush from Annabelle. It's a duo blush in the shade Dollface. Is that what it was? Dollface? Yes, Dollface. I don't know, again, what this is going to look like in the pictures, but I do know I've got a bigger pan on the deeper side. I was sort of getting like a 2-pan situation, like 2 little pans. They've now merged into one. But I don't know, like again, on the lighter blush side, is that going to look a whole lot different? I don't really know. I feel like I've waned from using this in this past month. I'm actually not even wearing it today. I've been using, like I've got the blush in, I don't know what project it is, Pan of Green Gables, the Rare Beauty blush, and I kind of said, oh, I'll like double up on them, but I just haven't. I've just been I start with that, and I'm like, I don't feel like adding anything on top. And then today I'm wearing a blush from my Hourglass palette. So yeah, I've just kind of slowed down on using this a little bit, and kind of going a little bit of a lighter hand on it as well. I have tried it as an eyeshadow, like the deeper color. It's okay. I mean, I can't use it on its own. I was sort of blending it in with a few other colors because I wanted a bit more of a pinky tone to my eyeshadow, so I added this in. So I might continue to do that at some point once this pan gets a little bit bigger, and I'm, you know, maybe not this big, but once it gets a little bit bigger, I am going to repress this, because this packaging with them separate like that is just kind of, I feel like it's maybe not good for my brush that I'm like rubbing it against all this plastic all the time. But anyway, last month this was 21.4 grams. It's now 21.32 grams. So that is a difference of, wow, not very much, 0.08 grams. So definitely need to pick the speed back up on this. Is that what I mean? Is that English? Did I say those words in the right order? Pick up the speed on this. I don't know what I said. That's what I need to do. Pick up the speed. Speed it up. Next up, I have my Milk Makeup Highlighter. I'm using this, but it's definitely going slow. I'm not like pushing myself to go through this too fast. I've actually kind of accepted that I might not finish this year, and that's maybe not a bad thing. I'm okay with that. Last month, this was 19.33 grams. It's now 19.03 grams, so that's a difference of 0.3 grams. I've definitely used more this past month than I did the previous month, although when I look at, like, I was trying to draw the lines on my little card or piece of paper, and it's real close. I use this sort of in two ways. I sometimes will put it on before I put foundation on to just add a bit of glow. Like I put it sort of on the high points of my face, and then I generally use this before I put any other highlighter on. I sort of use this as like a base highlighter, or I just use it on its own as a highlighter. So if you watched my February buys and buys, there was a couple spoilers. The first one was this one. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner, and she's done. I keep like, so there is a bit, okay, you can see right here there's a bit, but it's not like, it sort of falls out a little bit, and then it kind of goes back in. So it's done, like there's just a nubbin. There is a little bit more in there because it kind of will slide out, but if you try and put it on, you're just hitting your eyeball with plastic, and nobody likes that. So I'm happy this is done. I would not repurchase this one. I think there's far better eyeliners out there. If you like an eyeliner that's not too black, then you would like this. Like if you wanted a soft black eyeliner, then I would recommend this. But I prefer something a little deeper. If I want a soft black eyeliner, I generally would go fairly light-handed with a pencil, and then I would go in with a powder to get a softer look. So very little use on that. Last month it was 4.65 grams. It's finishing at 4.61 grams. That's a difference of 0.04 grams. But again, it was about, last month I think I used, 0.06 grams. In total, I used 0.1 grams over the past couple months. So yeah, that took me the 2 months. Exactly what I thought it was going to take to finish that up. Next up is my ABH Dip Brow in Taupe, and I feel like, again, I've taken the pictures, but I haven't done the side-by-sides yet. I feel like this is going to show a difference. I feel like it's showing a difference. I feel like I'm moving along on this pretty well. I feel like I will finish this year. I hope so, because it's looking pretty grody, and I could definitely use a new one. So what I have in my eyebrows now, I do like this. The more I use it, the more I like it. I haven't used a pencil in a while. Especially like a micro pencil. The only thing I don't like about this is it is a bit slower. Like, I feel like if I use a pencil, I'm faster, and this does take me a little bit more time to try and like get the shape that I want, and not like, sometimes I muck it up, especially over on the outer side of my eyebrow. Sometimes like I can't get it fine enough, and then I put on too much and it just looks like a big block. But for the most part, I do really, really like this product. So last month, yeah, I like the product. It's user error. So last month, that product was 45.29 grams. It's now 45.13 grams. So that's a difference of 0.16 grams. And again, pretty on par for what I used last month. So next up is a single eyeshadow that I'm using. And I'm pretty sure, again, haven't done the side-by-side photos, but I'm pretty sure the pan on this is going to look bigger because I can sort of see a ridge on the edge, which I don't know if I could see last time, but if I did, I could barely see it. So, and I do use this almost every day. Of course, today I don't have it on, but I do use this like as an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight. Sometimes I just mix it with a deeper shade just to get a brighter shade. Yeah, I'm just moving along on this. It's fine. I haven't tried using it as a highlighter. I probably could, but it's a pretty small pan to try and get a brush in there. Maybe I'll give it a whirl and try it a couple times, see if it works as a highlighter, because that would be actually a really good way to use it up even faster, and just move it on out. And my second empty or second finished item for this project is the, well, I guess it's my third, but second this month. This is the Delia Organics Nail and Cuticle Oil, and this, friends, has been a long time coming. I think I entered this into a project pan at the beginning of 2020, I think. I've had this for a while. I've used it up. Glad it's done. Did nothing for me. The product doesn't even exist anymore, which I think is testimony that nobody really cared for this, or it just wasn't very good, because they don't even carry it anymore. But Delia Organics is a Canadian brand if you are interested in it. Why am I even talking about this one? I skipped an item. Silly girl. That's okay, we'll go back. So this was 27.01 grams. It's finishing at 26.78 grams. That's a difference of 0.23 grams. And as of 2020, I used a whopping 0.71 grams to finish this out, which there was a lot left in it compared to what I actually thought. Like when I look at the weights, like there was a lot left in there, 0.23 grams. That was a pretty decent amount to use up. So the item I skipped was my lip liner. I know it's weird that I have a lip liner in this project and I have a whole lip project. It is what it is. This is what we've done. I have no regrets. So last month, what is this, by the way? It's the Annabelle Lip Liner in Spice. I am kind of getting sick of this. I might take this out for a bit and put in, I have that ColourPop liner that I had in my January picks that's pretty small. I was like, you know what? And it's like a pinky color, and it might be a nicer color for spring. I'll give this one more month, and then I might swap it out. I think, yeah, that would be the quarter, so end of March. I might swap this out for a bit, but then I'll bring it back because I do want to finish this. So last month this was 2.81 grams. It's now 2.75 grams, so that's a difference of 0.06 grams. So I already introduced this product last month because I was attempting to finish up the nail and cuticle oil, which I did finish up pretty early. Well, I don't know, I can't remember, but I know I finished it up a while ago. Like I haven't been using it for a couple weeks, I think. So this is the Smith's Rosebud Salve, and I talked about this, that the smell of this is, I don't know what it is, but it's really putting me off. It's way too perfumey. So I've been kind of using this a couple different ways. I was using it on my cuticles a couple times, mostly using it on, I have like a dry patch on one of my knees, so I've been putting this on that. I used it on my elbows. I did try on my lips a couple times. So I'll get through this. I don't know if I'll finish this in April, but I will finish this over the next couple months, or April, oh my gosh, March. But I will definitely finish this over the next couple months. I'm not forcing myself to push through it, but I'll finish it. We'll get her done. So last month this was, oh, that smell. Anyway, last month this was 20.85 grams. It's now 19.77 grams. That's a difference of 1.08 grams. And the last item that I have in the project, but we're gonna add something, is the Pond's Cold Cream Makeup Remover. Again, don't love this product. I'm just trying to finish it up. I feel like I'm on target. You can see the lines, and it's like getting more narrow at the bottom. I think I can finish this. If I don't finish this in March, which is what I wanted to do, it's definitely going to be finished in early April. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to power through this because I don't love this product. But if I don't force myself to use it, I will just continue using other stuff. And it's not like this is horrible. It's not like it's making me break out, or it's like, you know how some make your eyes really filmy and like it's irritating. Like there's nothing horrendous about this, but it does, I feel like, leave a film on my face. Even after, like, I double cleanse. I use this, and then I'll wash my face either with, like, my Neutrogena facial wash or the Good Molecules hydrating facial, like the soap bar that I have. And I will have to go in a couple times, and I still sometimes can feel it on my skin, which, again, in wintertime is not the end of the world. That's the reason why I want to kind of move through this. So last month, this was 115.65 grams. It is now, what are we at? 92.15 grams. That's a difference of 23.5 grams. So powering through this, getting her done. Since I finished that eyeliner, I want to bring in another eyeliner. I already talked about this, so this should be no surprise to anybody. This is the Marc Jacobs. I think they call this the Highliner one. I also have this in the fine liner. This is the black shade called Blacker. Again, I also have a fine liner in Blacker. These are notorious for drying out on people. I had a set of minis of these that, like, I think they were dry from the day I bought them. I should have returned them when I bought them from Sephora, but, you know, I thought, like, oh, they just need to be warmed up. It was just the top that was a bit dry. No, they were dry. I got, like, barely any use out of them. So we're going to use this. Even though I have eyeliners that are older than this, I want to get my money's worth out of this and use it. Although I did get this at a cheaper price. Did I buy this on Sephora on sale, or did I get this in, I can't remember if I bought this on sale at Sephora or if I got this at Winners. Doesn't really matter. I got it on sale. So, and I like this. I do have it on today. It's a very black eyeliner, and it, like, stays. Like, it is there. It is intense. It doesn't go away. Hard to get off sometimes, but it's a very good liner. So, happy to bring this into the project. I don't know how this will go. I feel like this will take a lot longer than the Rimmel one, because the Rimmel one I had to kind of work quite a bit to get the depth that I want, whereas this is really dark right away, but it's also really creamy, so I might go through it faster than I think. I don't know. And I also, like, so I did twist it up to take the initial picture. I'm not sure I'm going to keep doing that. I'm a little afraid for some reason of this product, like, breaking or not being able to twist back down, like getting stuck. It's different than their fine liners. Their fine liners you can't twist back down. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. We'll see what the weights are like next month, but we're starting off at 6.23 grams. So that's it. That is my second update for my project pan for 2022. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.